Hi guys, it's your girl Bob. Wanted to hop on here and do some check-ins with you guys. Oh, it's been a long day. I just finished all my client work and now I'm here to just truly be present with you guys. Talk about some updates as well. I made some changes to the site. And then also just with my services moving forward. So we'll get into all of that. But first, how you feeling? How you guys doing? What's been going on in your life personally? I feel like so much has been happening in this world, man, that you know, I've been I told you guys a few months ago that I was going to be appearing less on these lives. And that is all intentional. There's so many videos on my YouTube that you can take a peek at, check, go just scroll down it. If you're not a newsletter member, sorry y'all, I'm really tired. If you're not a newsletter member, go ahead, click on the link on my bio. Go to the website, sign up. It's super easy. You get a free mini reading on your birthday, which is like a quick little 10-minute reading with your girl, and it's not a transformative hour-long reading now, okay? But it is a good little birthday pick-me-up to help you understand, get a little wisdom. Maybe you have a specific question, you know? Anyways, there's going to be some updates moving forward. My pricing has not changed since I started doing spiritual readings. They have always been consistent. They've always been the same. The timing has changed. I'm only going to be doing 30-minute readings now. I'm no longer going to be doing an hour-long reading. And here's why. Okay, here's why. There is a tendency for people to get in these readings with me and just want to flirt, or they just want to stare at me, or they're in amaze and awes by the energetic work that I've done, that God has done on my life. And that's not what this is about, honey. It's not what this is about. Yes, I do believe in Jesus, yes. This isn't about you fanning out over me. It's not about you having an attraction for me and X, Y, and Z, okay? Even if it's not on a sexual attraction thing, it could be, you're deeply intrigued by what I do, and it's becoming an informational interview instead of a reading. So, with that being said, I've recognized that the more intuitive I am, the easier it is for me to read. So I don't need an hour to read your life, babe. A lot of the times, it's my clients. A lot of the times, it's my clients that, hi, baby, that have this wall up energetically. And this is not just specific to my clients. I know this is in everybody. People in general have a tendency to just have a wall up psychically, because they're either self-focused, worried about their problems, or they don't trust. They lack trust. Or they're trying to get in a book of reading with the psychic, and you want to test to see if the psychic is real. And it's like, you're wasting your money, honey. Honey, you're wasting your money. You're sitting here trying to test the psychic, baby. And I knew you was going to do that before you walked in. And in the past, I used to just be like, oh, no, okay. I would ignore it. Now I take your money and I leave, because I don't got time for that, okay? God has already anointed my gifts. I don't need your approval. If you book the reading, you book the reading. Let's get to the work. Baby, let's get to the work, okay? And we don't need an hour to do that. So, With that being said, my readings are now going to be 30 minutes, and we are going to get to the transformative healing within the first 30 seconds, honey. I'm not going to be holding back anymore when it comes to my gifts. I'm not going to be sugarcoating things, okay? And it's not to say that I'm rude or disrespectful in my readings now, but I'm going to keep it real. So that's what God gave me the gift to do, is to use it in alignment with his authority, okay? And the truth truly will set you free. The truth truly is transformative. Well, okay. Okay. Well, the truth is truly transformative. And when you sit around and play around with me, God does not play about me, okay? And, so for those of you who are very serious about transforming your life, who really want to work with a spiritual healer, a spiritual coach, someone who's going to get you in spiritual shape, click the link in my bio, baby. Let's start this journey. All you need is 30 minutes for $60. Okay? Some of y'all spend that, okay, before you even get out of bed. $60 here, $60. That ain't even a shirt today, okay? $60 to transform your life, okay? In 30 minutes. Test my spiritual gangster. All of my clients are transforming, okay? All of my clients could be like, you know what, Sean, you were so right. You know what, Bob, you was on point. You was on point in there. You told me. And it's not about being right. It's about being in alignment, helping you get back in alignment to your purpose, to your journey. All you got to do is click the link in the bio. All right. Enough of the marketing. Let's talk about what's happening right now. Okay? If you don't know, go check out my 2025 reading on my YouTube right now. Well, of course, after you watch this. And it goes in all my downloads for the year to come. And these were predicted back in April. Trump winning the election, floods happening in the South, the fires in LA. These are some of the things that I predicted weeks, months, days in advance. And one of my gifts is the gift of prophecy, and some will call it a seer. I can see things before they happen, and it's usually a warning to the collective to either straighten up, get prepared, or be transformed. Okay? Most of the time, Bob be knowing. And there's been a ton of confirmations. Thank you guys to those of you who are like sending me confirmations like, look, you was on to that. It is definitely encouraging, but it's mainly get the message, honey. Get prepared. We are moving into a time. All right, here come the downloads, honey. Here come the downloads. Get your pen and paper. Get your popcorn. Get your snacks. Let's get to it, okay? We are moving into a time. And how you can prepare is go down that playlist that I recommended by signing up for my newsletter. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to prepare you, okay? Because there's some things that I mentioned in those videos that are coming to fruition, especially about the things that are lurking underneath the water, okay? That ocean, stay about that ocean, okay? If you live in California, stay about that ocean. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, stay about that ocean. Okay, and so as we see, y'all see what's going on up in this news, okay? Bob the Healer told you about the tariffs and told you to get your beauty supplies for 6 months in advance. And pretty much, like I said, 25% tax on tariffs. Baby, I got it down to the number. Okay, down to the number. And so that's really what is on the outside of things. That's the low-hanging fruit, okay? We know the economy is going in the way that it's going, right? But you see, you gotta, the next live, we're gonna be talking about creating a protective shield, okay? A protective shield, spiritual magic, honey. Spiritual magic. A protective shield around your finances. A protective shield around your family. A protective shield around your home, okay? A protective shield around your business, okay? Praise God, okay? And at the end of the day, baby, God made me so beautifully. so beautifully. And if you have a problem with how I look, you have a problem. Not me. I have to look in the mirror every day at my beautiful, juicy lips that people pay thousands of dollars to get injected to look just like mine. Okay? So if you have a problem with it, once again, you have a problem with it. It's not my problem. So we're going to be moving in this time with energetic protection is going to be highly needed. Okay? And a lot of people are going to be desperate for spiritual healers and witches in the occult world when really they just need prayer. Honey, really they just need spiritual hygiene. Okay? Demons that are lurking around, go watch my other live about demonic activity. They're looking to lurk on your energy. They're looking to attach themselves to you when you are in the lowest vibration. And so we're walking into a society where many people are going to be struggling with their vibrational frequency. And I mean it in the best possible way when I say this, because that's the best possible way to say it. How it's going to be shown or projected is a lot of anger and violence in the news. We're going to see a lot of people fighting over resources, fighting over money. Resources are dwindling. That's what the news does not want to tell you. That's what a lot of these immigration laws are about. Okay, and now that things are dying down in the news, Bob the Healer can be honest about it. I don't like to really talk about politics too much because politics aren't real. But in the reality of things, immigration is really about resources. It's really about an unspoken resource, you see. Okay, the people at the top know there's limited resources and they're trying to limit who has access to the resources. And so we're going to see more about what the Constitution has to say about citizenship. Citizenship is going to be a big topic. Where we're going as a society is going to be a big topic as far as like the government norms, the social norms. Okay, social norms are going to be changing. What is appropriate is going to be changing, and not for the better. Okay, anger, disrespect, resentment, all of these low vibrational energies are attacking the collective because people don't. It's a purge. People don't know how to that transformation can get ugly. Okay, I'm channeling right now, so I'm trying to like get the message and communicate it at the same time, y'all. People don't understand that this transformation is going to get ugly. Before it can get better, it has to break down. Okay, and that's something I talked about in my 2025 reading. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Yeah, it's the same themes: the destruction and the dismantle of the U.S. government. Keep your eye on the embassy, the U.S. embassy, the UAE. Keep your eye on those things. Talk of war, baby, that's going to be a consistent thing for the rest of the year. We're going to be talking about if we're going to war or not. And we can't afford a war financially. That's just not something that America could do. Truly, that's not something that Americans want to be a part of. But we are going to feel that financial deficit as if it were. And this is what you can do to prepare for that time and that shift is get energetically clear. What are you manifesting in your life? What is it that God is calling you to be doing with your life? Okay? And do it right now. Not tomorrow, not the next day. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about as soon as you're done watching this live, I want you to get and write your 12-week goals. Okay? 3-month goals. Okay? About what you're going to do. And I want you to work from the end backwards. That's the time we're in, where you don't have no more time. The world is shifting so dramatically that if you are not on this frequency, you will be on the frequency of anger, depression, and suicide. The frequency of the collective is transforming. So God is challenging you to rise above. It's an increasing of the frequency. And what that requires is more spiritual discipline. You can't be hanging out with the homies all the time. Because here's the thing, some of them homies are going to be on those low frequencies. And, you know, birds of a feather flock together, honey. You start hanging around people with low frequencies, you wake up with low frequency. If you feel me, like me. If you feel me, like, share, subscribe, honey. So we're moving into a time where these frequencies will be affecting the collective, and it's your choice. God has given everyone freedom of choice. It's your choice if you're going to rise and arrive to your highest vibration. Okay? And your highest vibration is not sitting around all day doing nothing. Your highest vibration shows up looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Honey, your highest vibration sees the highest, best possibility of your dreams, of your goals. Your highest vibration is not over here stressed out about money. Your highest vibration is not fear. And that's what they're going to try to sell you, honey. That's what they're bottling up and selling to you in the news, at your job, in the economy, okay? And if you agree to that frequency of fear, if you agree to that frequency of stagnation, because there's going to be people that refuse to change. And spirit is going to try to keep initiating them. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to ride this wave? Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to take this opportunity to transform your life and get up out of the slavery that you're a part of? Are you sure? And some are going to say, I'm too afraid. I'm scared. And you know what? You need to prepare for a bunker, honey. You need to get you a bunker right now. Not kidding. We are moving into a time where people are going to be leaving not only the United States, but the earth. There is going to be global transformation where we will be knowing about other terrestrial beings. And we're not just talking aliens. We're talking societies of people. And this is going to wake the collective up because that's what we're really going through. And here's the sign. Okay, here are the signs that you are experiencing the shift. Are you ready? Make sure you take some notes. I'll give you some time to go get your notepad or to come on now. I know you got something laying around you can take notes on. I'll wait. So, here's the signs, baby. Okay. I'm still waiting on somebody to go get their pen and their notepad. All right. So here's the signs. Write them down. Take notes. First sign, you're tired all the time. Okay. And you've been noticing this the last couple weeks, the last couple days. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're going to sleep. You wake up and you're tired. You're sleeping the normal hours you normally sleep, but you're not understanding. You haven't changed anything about your routine. You're like, why am I just so tired? The ascension process. You're ascending. While you're sleeping, your spirit is ascending. So your body is physically feeling that. Okay? Collectively, we all are feeling that. And those who are being initiated, because it happens in waves and phases, baby. Make sure you're following me, babe. This experience can be a toll on the body. So that's the first sign. Okay, and I'm gonna give you some tips on what to do as you are ascending. Okay, second sign, you are seeing through illusions, honey. You are seeing through the news, you're seeing through society, you are seeing through people. Bob, what do you mean by seeing through people? I'm not an x-ray, but honey, someone walks up to you and they're saying specific words, but you feel their energy is totally off. You're seeing people. And not like you have before. You know, your intuition is a little bit more sharper this time, darling. Darling, you're seeing things a mile away. Okay, people you used to hang with, you're seeing through them. You know, some of the lies they used to tell you, you would agree with, and now you're like, wait, what? A whole new world. Ascension process. And the last but most perfect sign is you are detaching from the pleasures of the world. And I don't mean you don't enjoy them. Okay, there's a difference between detachment and enjoyment. You can enjoy something without being attached to it. That means you can give up these things you enjoy freely without it being a definition of who you are. A requirement to be happy. Okay? Yes, we have money, but you don't need it to be happy. You use it as a tool and a resource to fuel the life that you want, the life that you desire, the luxury you're birthed into, right? But you don't need it. Okay? You're noticing everyone around you stressed out about money, and you're like, I have everything I need. Babe, you're going through this ascension process. Yes. And so what we can do during this time is give ourselves grace and to journal. Okay, keep yourself a dream journal, a diary. If you find yourself waking up, for those of you who, because there's two sides to the collective that I'm feeling. There's some of us that are sleeping a lot. We're tired. We're exhausted. We wake up and we still tired. Okay, I'm in that camp. Okay, and then there's some of us who are waking up early, like 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I'd say cutoff is like 4 in the morning, 4, 6 in the morning. There's specific times that you keep waking up, talking to him, and it's so that you can be in tune with aligning with Spirit's will. Spirit's trying to get you to wake up. This is the ascension process. And so it'll keep, Spirit will keep, are you waking up? So that is what we all will be or are going through collectively. And then there's the ones that refuse to wake up. They get grumpy, they get angry when you try to wake them up. Okay, so I would advise you to be very, very, very careful over the next 6 months with trying to wake people up, with trying to get people to see what it is you're seeing. Okay, because like I said, dark energy is contagious. And so it will spread. And the best way that we can stop it is through love and light. Honestly and truthfully, the light really expels darkness. And so when you feel like the darkness is overtaking you with the news, on social media, in your everyday life, with circumstances, with the government and what's going on, step away, detach, ground yourself, give yourself some grace, start over. You can begin again at any moment. And that is what God is trying to show all of us. That these things we attach to, the society structure, the societal norms, all of that is over. And we as a society have continued to cling to it since 2020, aka COVID. And the time is now. What you were doing in 2020, I want you to go back and journal on that. I want you to go back and think about how you were investing in. Some of y'all were starting your own businesses. You were getting in your creative habits and talents. Honey, some of you were thriving. You was making a pretty penny in a bag. And then we just went right on back. Like nothing happened. Like God didn't just shake up the whole world. And he'll do it again. So we are moving into this time where you're going forward, not backwards. And in order to push forward, it may be a little difficult for some, especially if you're used to the path that you chose without God. It's comfortable, you know? It's a comfortable path, darling. So yes, I want you guys to go check out my previous videos. Go take a look down my YouTube. Look at the 2025 readings. It'll give you deeper insight to the things that I'm talking about if this is kind of going over your head. For those of you who are understanding what I'm saying, subscribe. You know, it's a party. Welcome to the family, baby. It's a family over here, okay? All right, with that being said, let's get into these Cancer season readings, okay? All right, we are going to use the Angels Abundance deck to channel these readings today. Honestly, I probably do a little bit of channeling and use the cards to back me up, you know? Because y'all be needing a little razzle-dazzle every now and then. Every time I pull my cards out, here come my dog like, yeah, baby, what are we doing today? Okay. Let's start off with Cancers. Cancers, you are masterful manipulators at hiding your emotions. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, when it comes to your design by default, okay, you have all these emotions that you feel. And I'm talking to both Cancer men and women, right? Because I think Cancer women get this rap that, oh, they're super emotional. And that is a lie. Okay, they are sensitive, but they are not emotional. There's a difference. Okay, they sense people's emotions. They sense the surroundings of others. They sense when the tension is thick in a room. But that does not mean that they are emotionally intelligent, and it does not mean that they are emotional themselves. Like they're not crying all the time. Some are sensitive, and when they do feel things, they will cry in a lot about a specific situation. But for the most part, Cancers are pretty level-headed. They are typically, though, in some drama. They're typically surrounded by some drama that they're like, oh my goodness, I'm feeling everything. So Cancers, stay out the drama this year for your birthdays, okay? When you learn emotional intelligence and how to communicate what it is you're feeling, a lot of your problems just dissipate, okay? A lot of your problems dissipate. But you don't know how to, like, articulate yourself. And I want you to start going to find, like, see, that's what I'm saying, I don't need these cards. I want you to go and, like, look up all the different feelings and, like, identify them and what they look like for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, sadness doesn't look like for you crying all the time. Sadness for you is laying in the bed and not wanting to go after your goals or talking yourself out of your dreams because, you know, you are a chronic self-sabotager when you feel sad. You know what I'm saying? But sadness may not look like crying. It may not look like the dramatics. And so you are a masterful manipulator at hiding your emotions from other people because you are so intuitive with other people's emotions that you can hide because most people are not reading their own emotions. Okay? And so you're like, oh, okay. Well. And I say all that to say that this is greatly affecting you achieving things in life. You see? Let's get you a card for your birthday, baby. When you understand your emotions, you can get to your goals faster, Cancer. You can recognize when you're self-sabotaging. You can recognize when, you know, you put a little bit too much on your plate. You see? Okay, Cancers. Let go of guilt. A lot has changed in your life, Cancers. A lot has shifted in this past year. And, some of you guys feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. You didn't reach your goals, yada, yada, yada. And it's mainly because, and you could take a lesson or two from a Leo, okay? Leos don't care who's watching. They don't care. They gonna shine, okay? And you're the moon. So a lot of the time you come out when it's dark. Your inner shell opens up when you feel close with people, when you feel emotionally safe. And right now you don't feel emotionally safe. You feel guilty. You feel guilty for not taking responsibility for the last year or the time that has passed and you haven't achieved your goals. You feel guilty for dimming your own light around other people that you admire. And, you feel guilty for the past mistakes you've made. And the only thing that I can really tell you, Cancers, is guilt doesn't lead you closer to God. Okay? Gratitude does. Being grateful for a lesson, being grateful that you learned something from an experience. Okay? Everything can work for the good of God. Even something that was horrible. Okay? And trust me, I've been through some horrible things. Okay? I have lost it all and still praise God. There's a reason why God is bringing you through these circumstances or brought you through. And if anything, you can say that you made it. You're stronger. You're more in tune with who you really want to be because of this experience. And you have to shift your mindset so that you can align with your goals. Complaining Cancer is a crappy Cancer. Don't nobody want to help you. Cancers, don't nobody want to help you when you don't want to help yourself. Listen, you need to make a gratitude list of all the things you're grateful for instead of all the things you're guilty about. Okay? Stop putting yourself on the chopping block. Okay? You got a judge and a jury in your head every day telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing instead of just being grateful for being alive, for having the creativity and the gifts that God gave you. Okay? You better stop complaining for God take them gifts. Okay? I said you better stop complaining before God and give it to... Just saying. So Cancers, love and light. Baby, lift up that energy. Stay positive. Know that mistakes are purposeful. Okay? You're not perfect and you weren't designed to be. And that's why you're perfect for God to use you. Because God can't use nobody perfect. So learn from your lessons. Stop playing the guilty conscious card. And, stop having a pity party with the devil. So what happened that way? Watch how God turns up. Okay, watch how God turns the situation around. That's what we need to be focused on. I can't wait for God to turn the situation around. I can't wait for God to really transform the circumstance because I thought it was going one way, but my God is so mighty and so big that it just changed. Okay? That's the energy that we want to cultivate this year for your solar return. Okay? Blessings to you, Cancers. All right, Leos. Ooh. 1 second, Leos. Leos, are we blocking ourselves from taking risks? Okay, you're not listening to your inner child, Leo. Your inner child wants to do some creative things, explore your creative talents, and you are just like blocking it because you're afraid. Okay, you're afraid, okay? You're afraid that the creativity will just, I don't know, some of you are like that. Some of you are like, oh, well, maybe you're creating fashion. You're creating different avant-garde looks. And your style, you're like, maybe people won't just see me or recognize my style as unique. And baby, they see you, but do you see you, Leo? Do you recognize that your creativity is God-given and that no one can take that? Even the people that are competent. Listen, Leos, you got perpetrators. Baby, you got perpetrators. You got people trying to pose as you. Literally, some of you are models and they're literally trying to pose, take the photos like you take photos, okay? And some of y'all literally have like, you are the model. You're the model exemplar for people. You are the role model for, you're the leader for a lot of people. And you're second guessing yourself. And these people literally etch and sketch themselves to try to be like you, Leo. They etch and sketch themselves to try to create like you, to have talent like you. And here you are, second guessing your talents. Baby, you better go get you some of this chicken salad. You better get you some chicken salad, honey. You better use some talents. Okay, you better promote yourself. You better promote that business. Okay, you better promote that service. You better promote them clothes. Okay, because God is your source. Okay, and if everything comes from God, then everything that is produced from that is abundant. Okay, if you're getting your gifts from God, He will supply all your needs. He'll supply the funders. Okay, He'll supply the vendor, honey. He'll supply the resources and the tools that you need. And here's the thing, Leo, you already have all the tools. You know, and the things that you're missing, God is bringing. He's opened the doorway for you. Okay? So just trust and release your stress around money. You're making blockages because every time you get an idea, you're like, oh, but I don't have the money for that. Oh, but I don't have this for that. Bobby knowing, listen, stop thinking about how you're going to pay for something and start thinking about how you're going to create it. Not even how, just how you're going to feel, baby. What you gonna wear to the event that you just put together? Okay, what you gonna do when you get that check? Okay, what are you gonna spend it on? Like, stop focusing on the money itself, because you're creating financial blockages. All right, Scorpios. Why did I say Scorpios? Some of y'all got a Scorpio placement. Virgo. Virgos. Virgos, you are just, I love this energy. You're in a positive energy. Some of you are and some of you are not. Some of you, this is the message for you. Positivity welcomes blessings. Okay, and you are about to receive abundance of blessings to you, to your bank account. Okay, you're gonna be spending time in nature. And that's how you get your money up, Virgos, is you ground yourself. Get yourself on a routine. Spend some time in nature. Some of you are gardening, and it's beautiful for you. It's healing your energy. It's healing your frequency. Why this robe don't want to stay put? Honey. It's healing your frequency. It's healing your energy. And it's keeping the faith alive, baby. Some of y'all been struggling with your faith and, you know, getting outdoors and recognizing what God created and how wonderful it is can truly shift your vibration and what you believe God can do. You know, you go stare at the mountains, you go stare at the stars, and you start to see, wow, God can do that. He can do that for me. Okay? If God can make the stars, if God can make the stars and the planets, honey, He can make things shake. Okay? He can make things change. I like my little poofy. Okay, moving on. Libras. Libras, what's going on with you? Libras, you got too much. You're buying too much. You're overspending, you're overdoing, you're overindulging. And when you do that, you're lacking love, okay? Love is self-control. Love is boundaries, okay? And you need to put some boundaries on your spending limit, your spending habits, honey. And you need to start, here's some free game, Libra. You need to start writing down when you're spending what you're feeling. And what you're spending out of. Are you spending out of fear? Are you spending out of love? Like you really want to love on yourself. So you're buying a bunch of things to love on yourself. And can you love yourself for free? Are there things around you that you already have and you keep buying and replacing? You get what I'm saying? Like Libras, you're overindulging. You're just overdoing it. And bring it down. Balance is key, especially for you. Okay? Also declutter your space. It's time to get rid of any old clothes, any old habits, okay? Any old belief systems. Go donate that, okay? Go teach what you've learned from your past experiences. Donate wisdom. Give away wisdom. Share wisdom with people. Okay? Declutter your workspace. Declutter your living space. Get organized. Okay? Because the more organized you are, the clearer you can hear from spirit. And you can welcome in more blessings. If you're trying to manifest new things, Libra, get rid of some old. Okay? All right. Scorpios. Scorpios, you about to done it. Okay, you about to get some money. You about to get a check. Okay. This could be long-term stability. We're talking like from now to December to the end of the year, you're getting money coming in. Unexpectedly, too. This is money that you weren't planning for. This was a check you didn't even see come through. It's a check. Somebody getting a check. But this is the thing, Scorpio. We have to use this check purposefully. We cannot use this check willy-nilly, okay? Because God gave you this. It's unexpected to you, but it was planned by God. I said it's unexpected to you, but it was planned by God. Okay, and I had to straighten up. I had to straighten up. So you got to straighten up, Scorpio, when you get this check. You got to be prepared to be unprepared. Okay, but what can we do with this check to support where God is taking you? And if you're spying on me, honey, I would recommend just following me. Because at this point, I already know who you are. So yes, and then, maybe donate some of that money that you're getting to help somebody else. Donating is so classy. It's so luxurious, honey. So sophisticated. When you share your wealth with other people, when you share your wisdom, okay? Abundance is what you're getting, not just wealth, Scorpio. And that's a theme that I want you to work on. Is like, is money the only form of abundance that I'm used to? Is money the only form of abundance that I accept or that I expect? Okay. Sagittarius. My Saggies. Sagittarius. Some of my Sagittarius are spiritual magi's. Okay, you're a little magician. Okay, you're in the occult and things. You're interested. Yeah. Email me. One of y'all want a reading? Go ahead and email me, honey. Okay, but Sagittarius, the theme is partnerships, relationships. Some of you are, I'm about to read somebody, honey. Somebody's struggling with their relationship with their mama or their daughter. You could be the mother, something like that. You're looking for support, darling. Either from your child or your child is looking for support or from your parent. Okay, and this theme between relationships with women, Sagittarius, especially if I'm talking to a Sagittarius man, it really stems from the relationship with your mother. And you are redefining what harmonious relationships look like with other women. Okay, what it means to learn from other women, what it means to learn with someone, to create a partnership. Because Sag, this is the thing. You love to be in charge. And partnerships, it's a partner. Okay? Every partner has their role, of course, but you don't get to tell the partner. It's a partnership. Sag. I feel like y'all not getting it. Like, I have to break it down. Because what happens is when you get in partnerships, you don't want to partner with the person. You want to dictate the person. You want to tell them what to do, how to do it. And then you get bored because you didn't build a bear. It's not funny. So that we have to focus on these partnerships, okay? Partnerships really are in alignment with where we go in our career. When we feel stable in our intimate relationships, it shows stability in our career, okay? I'm telling you, some of the most successful people are married because what it takes to really commit to something long term, like a business, is a partnership. And sad, some of you guys are calling in a business partnership, a partnership that really is an alignment where you can partner with someone. Maybe you're a partner in a firm or something. Maybe you're deciding to change careers. We do have employment change. And you want to go in a different direction than you were normally going. In a direction that makes you feel confident in your priorities. You know, some of y'all got new bills. Okay, new bills means new job. Okay, new checks. Okay, so Sagittarius, when you're getting your money up, make sure you don't forget what your priorities are. And that these partnerships you're working on, you're bringing something to the table too, and they're bringing something that's equally yoked. Okay, we don't want no imbalanced partnerships. Okay, moving on. Who we on? Capricorns. I'm not taking these. Ooh, I got. Ooh. Okay. Capricorn, you're not paying attention to your emotions. All right, things are going haywire in your life, and you know you are just not feeling up to handling it. You're kind of checking out. You're like, look, I'm checking out on life right now. And here's the thing, in reality, oh, let me light a candle. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Let me get another card for Capricorn. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Okay, don't be energetic, mooch. I'm giving you a free reading, honey. The least you could do is share. Okay. So Capricorn, you have been checking out. You've been feeling like, you know what? I'm just going to take me a little break from my goals, from people's expectations of me. Okay. And a lot of this has to do with unworthiness. Listen, you blaming everybody else for your lack of attention. And some of y'all are lack of attention span. Okay. You be canceling plans. Okay. You be not necessarily self-sabotaging like cancers, but, and you could be dealing with a cancer, you are waiting for the perfect time. You're like, okay, well, when this happens, then I'll do it, you know, or when the perfect circumstance happens, then I'll take that leap. And it's like, so you're saving all your money. You know, maybe some of you are thinking about going on vacation. Some of you are thinking about putting the money into a new business or to a venture or something, a venture capital. And you're like, you know, I'm just going to save the money here. And then, you know, later on, I'll make that big purchase or that big move. And it's like, you got to do it. For you'll be waiting forever. And that's a form of you, like, not feeling like you're worthy. But you're not telling yourself that. You're not really aware that you're doing that, essentially. It's like, oh no, well, it's this person's fault. Or, you know, you're kind of deflecting. When in reality, you just don't believe you deserve it. Or you have it. Okay? If you really believe that you deserve something, Capricorn, why do you keep hesitating? And then checking out. If you're overwhelmed, just say that. If you're overwhelmed, baby, all you got to do is light a candle. Take a couple Okay, do it with me, honey. Okay. So yes, we need to be grateful. We need to be grateful that we have these resources, but we need to be grateful for the timing of things. Okay? Because you got this money, you got these resources, but if you don't utilize them in the timing, honey, you might be trying to get that capital venture or invest in that business, and the timing is now. Okay? It's not when you feel like it. There's a time and a place for everything. There's divine timing. Okay, so some of you guys are struggling with divine timing. It's like God is pushing you to just go, just do it. And you're like, no, I'm just going to save this for a rainy day. I'm going to save this great idea for a rainy day. And it's like, okay, it's not raining, but you still need to do it. Okay? Because when you're not doing it, it just shows the universe that you don't believe you're worthy of greatness. Because you have all the tools that you need to be great, but you're not. And don't sit here and get defensive with me. Don't get defensive with me now. Now that's that deflecting shit you be doing. Don't get defensive with me. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm on top of my stuff. I got my business and stuff. No, I'm not talking about the stuff that you're normally doing. Okay, Capricorn, you're doing an okay job. But you know what I'm talking about. The stuff that's challenging you, the stuff that you keep pussyfooting around, that's what I'm challenging you to do. That's what God is trying to get you to go towards. But you keep questioning that. Okay, you keep asking yourself, are you ready? And it's like you have all the tools. Who else finna do it? Me? I can't do it for you. Okay? And you have everything prepared. And you got that business plan. But what is you finna do with it? Okay. Aquarius. Aquarius. What's going on with you, boo? If you're Aquarius, drop the Aquarius emoji in the comment section, baby. I'm trying to check the temperature. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, Aquarius, you getting some money too, honey. Aquarius, your money been looking funny for a minute, honey. You was a little nervous, honey. You was clutching your pearls. You were like, oh my God. But you know what's really helped you so much with raising your vibration is actually stop complaining. Okay, no more complaining. Okay, no more draining conversations about your bank account, how you're not where you want to be financially, or you got this long to pay this off, and no more talks about money. Okay, now you're just enjoying and loving life. Just loving life, living and loving life. You're carefree and loving life. Until this Cancer season, don't fall in the trap of gaslighting your emotions, where you feel like the circumstance you're going through or outweighs the baby steps that you're taking. Like your baby steps are making strides to put you in alignment with your purpose. Your baby steps are making strides to get your bank account increased. And there's more than one bank account to God. There's a spiritual bank account. And baby, we got to keep contributing to that so we can clear energetic debt. Energetic debt can pile up, and then it can start looking like bills, or it can start looking like fear, or it can start looking like, people attacking you, attacking your character, emotional zombieing. You just check out, you don't feel your emotions. Like all of that energetic debt can linger in your aura field, and it can detract resources and money from coming towards you. And so because you are doing the work, and it starts by not complaining and not running down the list of things that are not perfect in your life, or that you still got to pay off. And also, Aquarius, some of your friends that you had hanging around you were talking crap about you, and you could feel that. And you stopped hanging around them. You stop hanging around them, you stop dealing with them, stop entertaining them, and your energy started elevating. You're like, okay, I don't feel so tired anymore. I don't feel so negative. I don't feel so angry. And it's mainly because you don't got the people to be talking about those things with anymore. And when I don't know if you noticed, Aquarius, when you stop sharing those conversations and you stop projecting your negativity on other people, they disappear. Because they were really just there to see you sad, to see you negative, to see you in a low vibration, to see you have a pity party. And they were jealous. Truthfully, honestly, Aquarius, they were jealous of you. They were jealous of your star power. They were jealous of your influence. They were jealous of your attitude and how you were able to be proactive towards your goals and, succeed effectively. But you let them block your blessings, Aquarius, for too long. Now it's time to rise above. If I'm talking about somebody and, it rings a bell, you need to drop them as a friend, as a relationship, because they're energetically pulling on your frequency. And every time you try to raise your vibration, they trying to pull you back down with a negative remark, comment, or how's X and Y, Z going? Something that they know gonna trigger you. Okay. Aries, be patient now. Okay. We're gonna get to you. Be patient. Who we on? Pisces? Let's get to Pisces. Pisces. What is going on for you? Pisces, we've got a lot going on when it comes to manifesting your desires. Yes, money is important to get that business off the ground. A lot of y'all focus on business during Cancer season, and that's just so out of alignment. Cancer season is about family. Okay, Pisces, it's about being intuitive. Some of you are distracting yourselves. Because there's issues with the finances in the family. And so you're distracting yourself with, I got to hurry up and get money. I got to hurry up and do this. I got to hurry up and, take leadership. And Pisces, you need to flow. You move better in the water. You move better when you're flowing into whatever it is you desire. When you feel stagnant, you create imaginative blockages in your vortex. But when we remember who God is, and that God is not the author of confusion, and we get straight on what God is showing us in our life, we can start making those steps towards alignment, towards ascending. You guys are some of you are operating in low vibration. Focus on the bag, focus on the bag, focus on the bag. When you should be focused on the energy around you manifesting that bag. Are we in the energy of lack? Are we in the energy of obsession? Are we in the energy of, God can do all things? Truly. Because when we are in that energy of God can do all things, we are at the pivot of manifestation. We are at the threshold of our dreams being broken open for our view. But when we halt that with fear and the buts and what ifs, it puts God in a box. It puts God into a characteristic that is not him. God is an infinite God. God is not something you can put into a container. And when we recognize who our source is, we toughen up. We straighten up. Yeah. Pisces, it's time to straighten up. Spiritually, energetically, straighten up. You're a child of God. Act like it. You deserve what it is you're running after. Stop running. Let it come to you. You're a being of divine light. Everything is attracted to you. You don't have to chase anything. All your needs are met with God. Even the ones you don't even know about yet. Okay? Now, moving on. Aries. Okay, Aries, what's going on with you, baby? You jumping the gun, Aries. You talking too fast. You doing too much too quickly. You got to slow it down a little bit. Oh, man. These cards fall. Oh, that's just channel at this point. Aries, when you recognize that when people want to support you, they do, life gets easier. When people want to support your family, when they want to support your goals, when they want to support your business, when they want to support you, they do it. That's simple. It's that simple. They support you, and there's no question about it. And some of your friends are not supporting you, and that's been the conflict and the topic of conversation. It's like, oh, I don't feel supported by my family. I don't feel supported financially by my spouse, or, you know, for my Aries men. You don't feel supported in your career. You don't feel supported in, you know, your body. Shit, some of y'all are dealing with back issues. My God, my back is going crazy right now. And you're having muscle spasms. Oof, I'm about to give myself a massage after this. Anyways, you got to detox your relationships, your dynamics. They're draining you energetically. And once you detach, you elevate. Because here's the thing, Aries. You're going to the next level. And the next level requires detachment from people, places, and things. The old version of you is gone. And your friends are going to start recognizing it. The people around you are going to start recognizing it. It's you that has not recognized it. It's you that keeps playing with your potential. And when you finally do, because you will make that decision to let go of these friendships so that you can level up. You'll stop feeling resentment around releasing people. You know, you've got this FOMO, like, oh my God, I don't want to make that person mad. Don't tell me I'm lying. I don't want to make this person mad. I don't want to ruin that relationship, but I know that this person's not good for me. I know that this person is, you know, sabotaging my career, sabotaging my life. You know, I've got these friends that say they're down for me, but they don't support me. Or when I ask for help, people don't step up. I've got these coworkers, and, you know, they're not trying to be supportive in the goals that I'm trying to achieve for the team. Like, whatever it is. But just know, Aries, that the more that you let go of these relationships and you speak positively, like, it's okay for me to, you know, fall out of a relationship with someone that I've outgrown with. You know, affirming these things help you to welcome in abundance, because God is waiting for you to do this. You don't have to end a relationship in an unloving way. Okay, some of you are getting ready to go through a breakup, or you want to break up with a spouse or a partner, and you're afraid on how to communicate that, you know, and eventually it's going to happen, babe. Eventually the conversation is going to be had, because these people are keeping you from your bag. They're keeping you from your level up. This person you're dating, this person you're interested in, they're keeping you from the level up. Every time they're around, every time your energy gets near them, you notice you're dipping in your frequency. You know, you're out of alignment with your goals and your plans. I mean, that's the sign. So Aries, come out of that energy. Accept that it's okay to walk away from relationships that you once enjoyed. You have just grown. And congratulations for growing and knowing that you deserve better and can have better. All right? And make sure you're following me, because I know you're spying. Alrighty. Who are we on next? Taurus. Taurus, you really want peace. You do. You want love and you want peace. But you first have to give it to yourself. You can't expect that out of your environment until you give it to yourself. Your internal dialogue is very disruptive. Baby, you can't even start a project without you killing it in your mind. Taurus, we're going to start working on a vision board this Cancer season. Dang, everybody want to level up their career. I don't get it. Okay, you're blocking yourself from taking chances because you don't know, you can't see it. You can't visualize it yet. Okay, and sometimes you got to see it before you see it. Okay? Bob Dylan, quote me. Sometimes you got to see it before you see it. Okay, the circumstances around you may not look like it, but baby, in your mind's eye, it's clear as day. And until it's clear as day, Taurus, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whatever it is that you desire, until you can visualize it and write it out clearly, you're going to struggle with getting there. You're going to keep blocking yourself from taking that chance. Because it's only when we want the vision to come to reality that we start putting in for the fruits of our labor. Some of y'all you don't want to work. You don't want to do the work spiritually, energetically, and literally. You don't want to do the work. You want all the credit. You want all the accolades. You want all the success and the financial rewards, okay? You want the house, but you don't want to actually put in the work to find one. You're confusing God. God's like, I thought they wanted this. No, they was just playing. You better act like you want it, Taurus. You better act like you want it, Taurus. And how you act, how you move, and how you think. If you really, 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 really want something, the entire universe is conspiring in your favor. This is going to require you to move to new territories, Taurus. You're going to have to get out of your comfortable bubble and your comfortable bed. You're going to have to get up. You're going to have to take advantage of this moment because you're not going to get another one. And you're going to have to rely on you to do it. You can't pay somebody to do it. You have to visualize it yourself. And I would recommend a Pinterest board. That's my favorite way to manifest. You can watch some YouTube videos, some interviews of people who've done what you're trying to do. But either way, you need to see it before it comes into reality. Whether visualizing it or seeing it through someone else, okay? Or watching a movie on it. You see where I'm going with this? Okay? And then you will get what you really desire, which is abundance, which is blessings. Okay? And some of these can come in just like more opportunities for you. And health, better health. Because Taurus, when you are just indecisive, your health takes a toll. It starts to affect your body. Your throat chakra. Your ability and will to make decisions for yourself, but which is your solar plexus. Excuse me, your sex drive. Your libido starts to dip. But also your ability to speak for yourself. God, you see I'm struggling to speak up for myself? Some of y'all want to comment, but you ain't comment. Baby, speak to the collective. Okay, add your input. These are an engaging experience, and it's free. It's a free luxury reading of your spiritual energy, and I'm cleaning it up for you. The least you could do is follow. The least that you could do with your spiritual doo-doo is follow. Okay, because I'm cleaning it up, honey. I'm cleaning it up. Like I said, do the work. Do the work, Taurus. Do the work. You deserve to know what it feels like to watch something from the beginning to the end, and you put your work in and be grateful and be have this feeling of accomplishment. You deserve that. Okay. And if someone else does it, you hire somebody else to do it, or you even hire someone else to do it, but you're not watching the project or watching the management of it, darling. Yeah, y'all gotta, something going on with the throat chakra. Moving on. Let's get about this energy. Gemini. Geminis. Gemini, just when you thought God abandoned you, left you astray, here comes help on the way. Okay. Something that you've been fighting for, something you were afraid of, something you were financially strapped about, God is going to be bringing money into the circumstance, okay? Out of nowhere. Whatever you've been praying around about is going to help. There could be a donation or a charitable organization that helps you out with something. You could be the donation or charitable organization for someone else. Okay, say you're not financially strapped. You could be helping someone else with resources. You could be thinking about starting a non-for-profit. I would recommend that. It's a blessing. Praise God. Also doing some spiritual work in the community, Gemini. You could have this desire to really get in your community, help your community, transform your community. This is the perfect time. Hello, Kendrick Lamar. Are you trying to do a little pop-up, trying to do a little... Okay, I'm gonna keep it quiet. Anyways, yes, so I really feel like, Gemini, you are just feeling grateful, blessed, and you want to spread that energy to other people. Okay, you could be doing the energetic work and donating love to people. It doesn't have to just be money or resources. You could really be giving time and love to people and showing up for people in your life. And, Cancer season, you seem like you're really in tune during Cancer season. You're organized. You just came off your birthday. You feel in alignment with your trajectory for the year. You got a little savings, honey. Okay, I see you, Gemini. I see you. Okay. So whatever it is you're afraid of for some of my Geminis, it's being lifted during Cancer season. You're just feeling really elevated in your bag, having a bag, helping people with your bag. It's, a full circle moment for you. Yes, yes. All right. So we finished all the signs. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below your favorite part, where it resonated. And, if you want to see me do more readings like this or any different types of readings, put your suggestions below. Share this with a friend. All right. God bless you guys and have a great day, night, whenever you're watching this.